Let's get it started. Oh, if it oh, it was scaring me for a second. All right. I was just so ready for a new and unusual problem. And now it's ooh. Phoenix, if you're gonna start doing this shit to me, I'm gonna have a problem. Where is this motherfucker? Why are you the wrong aspect ratio, Phoenix Wright? Excuse me? Oh, this is... we love to see this. All right, options. Tech support. Streaming is nice and consistent. I don't know why it's doing the wrong image. Resolution. That's not... let me get it full screen windowed. And now 16 by 9. What? What is happening? What? Oh, it's having problems. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. This is gonna kill me. It's beneath the overlay. What's fucking wrong? You know what? It's in the right. I'm not gonna question it if it's in the right thing. No, it's just... it was in the wrong aspect ratio. Does it... let me look on Twitch. Does it look right on the stream? Because this is stupid. I'm gonna get mad if OBS has decided to fuck me. Go to my channel. No, it looks right. Okay. We're good. Okay, well, let's get back into it after an annoying OBS fuck up. Story time. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of a murder. Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he never takes someone's life. Never. Nick? Yo! Like, how's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? I like had him swooning in the aisles. Maya. Swooning? Me? Oh yes, I do remember feeling faint. Right on. Tell me, like, the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Like, right, Nick? Me? God, well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you can do better than that, man. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy. You guys should be bowing before me, man. Yeah, you're a hero. Larry, you really helped out in the trial today. You did! If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker is pretty suspicious. But Itchy ain't off the hook yet. Oh yeah, that's what he looks like. That's his voice. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty... edgy? I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about, like, that night? Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is I'm gonna believe in you two until the end. It's a very Japanese thing to say. Like us two. Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, dude, he means me. Like Wright, Nick. Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? But why you, Larry? Huh? Yeah, actually, yeah, why me, Nick? Enough with the silent treatment. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yes, in grade school. At the academy. But father, I don't want to go to the academy. They saved me, Miles and Larry. They saved me, and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know? What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Sorry. I kind of forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm gonna hear this story today, and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was at the very end of the 3rd grade. I was on trial, a class trial. A class trial? No, yeah, I gotcha. I understood. You're good, Tiara. You remember Larry? Spring, into the 3rd grade. A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Huh, I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I'd skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So, they thought you did it? Yeah. The kids in class said I should be put up on trial. Trial? So the next day we held a classroom trial, with me as the defendant. Ah, baby. I didn't do it. Yeah, I don't know. That's a lot of money. I was gonna say. I got caught up in the story, but yes, $38 for lunch is a lot of money. No one play with him. Yeah, no borrowing my eraser. Did you rob that bank? Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. Yeah, fucking useless teachers. I didn't... Sorry, I thought the little baby Phoenix was talking. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad. I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money was stolen had been sitting, and that's when it happened.
He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs on a trial is evidence. Everything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. Miles?
Yeah, look at this motherfucker.
It wasn't you who stole my money, was it?
No.
You shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent.
But Miles, it was your money that was stolen.
We don't need proof. Why don't you all just shut up?
Oh no, that was Larry. This is always how it is, man. Everyone ganging up and like picking on one person. Just think of how he feels. Like he said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it.
Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over.
And that's how it happened. After that, the three of us were best friends.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's the point when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone, without a friend in the world.
You did a good thing, Larry.
Yeah, for kangaroos. The class drumhead trial. Which is really every trial ever in this game. It's all a drumhead trial.
We gotta blame somebody.
Yeah, well, I was just lucky I, took the day off from school. If I'd have been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally. See? When something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father.
I'm going to become a defense attorney, just like my father. A famous defense attorney.
Then, a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school.
The DL6 incident.
Right. I'm not so sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death.
That's so sad.
It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened, man? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him. I don't know how many times. He never replied.
I guess he didn't want to see his old friends.
I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he'd become who he became. That's when I decided.
Wait, you don't mean... That's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth?
If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me, whether he wanted to or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him.
Whoa, Nick. So, is that why you helped me out for free?
Yes. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Aw, Nick!
Nick, we have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay?
Right. And very well, maybe.
First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is.
I'd settle for who. Guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. I'm too far away from the desk. Oh shoot. Stupid chair. There we go. Now that's better. Now I can kind of recline and not be super far away from the microphone. Ba-da-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-ba-da-da-da-da. It's the best. I want to talk to Edgeworth first, because I couldn't freaking talk to Edgeworth before. What if you need it later? Don't worry, he has adventure game brain, so he knows exactly which things are helpful and which are not. You look grim as always.
Mr. Edgeworth? I heard the story about the class trial.
Class trial? What do you mean?
You don't remember?
No, I don't.
Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 3rd grade?
Lunch money? Oh, right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that.
Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers.
Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway.
Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? The trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney.
Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple. To a fault, even.
Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth.
Perhaps.
Hey, Edgeworth. Why did you become a prosecutor anyway?
Oh, lore? Lore?
You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right?
I couldn't let myself deny reality like you.
What do you mean?
My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person.
One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right?
Yes. The man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. Yet he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day, 15 years ago, the 3 of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder.
Lost your memory?
Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had been not of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys.
What's your relationship with Von Karma?
He's my teacher, and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him.
So he's like my sister was to you, Nick.
He is a perfectionist in all things. In court, his personal life, he's obsessed with doing everything perfectly.
Perfectly, huh?
In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved. Not one suspect was declared innocent. Ever.
But But that's...
I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job, to find the suspect guilty perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do anything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth? If what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow.
He's right. Now's not the time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit. No kidding. I guess this is all the things I need. Alright. Well, we got good lore. That's all I wanted to get out of that. I wasn't sure if I'd get it or not, because Edgeworth was being cagey before, but since we got it, I'm happy. Hey, pal, long time no see.
Oh, Detective Gumshoe.
Close one today, eh? I got so worked up I snapped my tie in half. Sorry about that? No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it.
You mean the boat shop caretaker?
Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now I'm off to catch me a criminal.
Detective Gumshoe sure is active today.
Oh, one other thing! No one can go into the woods today.
The woods?
Where Lotta was camping? Yeah, the woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one can go in for a while.
I guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble.
Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. I'm a cop. I'm gonna do cop things. Capiche? Huh? The steel eyesore is missing.
Eyesore?
Looks like the hot dog stand is closed too.
I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work.
It's good they closed that off so I don't have to check there anymore.
Get your origami figure? You get your orchid? Your orchid?
Just start saying everything all vowels are
The old caretaker got away.
Yep.
I never imagined he might be the real murderer.
I know that clearing of the throat anywhere. Well, I wouldn't.
Hello! What should we be doing here? I'm here to walk. Oh, the days of youth, like the scent of fresh lemon is here.
Mr. Grossberg. This is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow, and the prom's tonight.
Yes, that is true, yes. But from what I saw today, Edgeworth should be fine, right?
Well, I'm not so sure about that.
What do you mean by that, boy?
Well, I'm not sure.
You find something out? Come to my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance.
Thanks. Bye.
What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway?
Who knows? Alright, I guess we just go in. That's clearly a macaw. Like, any way you slice it, that's a macaw. Nobody's home.
Hello, hello. Hey, it's Polly.
I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly.
Hello, hello.
I can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for herself. I get it. Hello, hello, squawk. Everything's cold. Looks like he didn't turn his heater on. I guess he hasn't been back here since the trial. What? What's wrong?
Huh? Oh, never mind.
What? Tell me.
It got hello, hello. Base department.
Just, when I saw the TV, I remembered. They're showing a Pink Princess special this week. Oh. See, that's why I didn't want to tell you. Oh. I see.
That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Polly, what's the number to the safe?
1228. What?
Let's open it, Nick. Come on.
I'm sure there isn't any money in there.
Aww. But hey, he keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in there.
I'm not so sure.
Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there.
Yeah, I wonder why it's fucking 1228. I'm sure that number has no significance at all, considering what we've already been told. Not like the date of the murder or anything. I guess there might be a clue or two. Like, I could have figured that out on my own. Like, oh, what's the date of the murder? The only thing in here is a letter.
A letter?
Aw, boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth.
Nick, why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here?
How should I know? I'm gonna read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says this is your last chance. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here, in perfect detail.
What do you think it means, Nick?
I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions.
But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth?
Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Yeah, this is fucking incredible. This is some of those concrete stuff I've found, like, to date in this game.
Say, Nick, don't people usually put pictures of
Fish on the wall to boast about them? Yeah, I guess so. You mean pictures of the fish they caught, right?
Right, but don't all the fish on the wall here look really puny to you? No, look at that one. That's like as big as the fucking parrot. The big flounder looking thing.
Well, you know what they say. You should have seen the one that got away.
Except the one that got away from us was the caretaker, and we did see him.
Why do I feel like we're having two different conversations here?
It doesn't look like he used this kitchen much.
You're right.
I guess the whole pasta restaurant thing was a lie.
What, you thought he was telling the truth?
Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick.
You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. The police know about her anyway. I'm sure they'll do something.
Well, okay. Sorry, Polly. Says I can't take you.
Great, now the bird's gonna hate me. I think, oh. That fishing pole looks expensive.
Maybe we should bring it to Detective Gumshoe.
Don't you think the caretaker would mind?
Well, we could just leave him the metal detector in exchange.
Maybe we'd better not.
Alright, let's see. I think that's probably everything. I don't think I'm getting much more out of this place after I... Oh. There's nothing left in the safe. I wonder why the caretaker didn't take the letter with him.
He left in a hurry, right? I don't think he even had the chance to come back here before the trial.
Yeah, this game's writing is weird. I can tell because my brain wants to add different things or change things. And I read a lot. So, I read a lot of normal English script. And whenever this fucking game does some weird stuff, or really any game, my brain is always like, okay, well, here's how I think the sentence should go if I was a real person. Hmm. 27th.
Looks like Detective Gumshoe hasn't gotten back yet.
Yeah, I guess I was thinking about why would he even run away? It's not like that would be double jeopardy if they tried to get him on the same crime. But who am I to think that the that Phoenix Wright universe does not, like, why would I think that they have double jeopardy? Why would that make sense? Like, that's something that is to protect people. Why would they have a single law in place to use the legal system to protect someone?
Gumshoe, he won't be coming back today.
Oh, really?
Said there's some guy at the arrest by tomorrow. The boat shop caretaker. You shot at something like catching him if it's the last thing I do, pal. Good luck, Gumshoe.
Can I present him this?
Edgeworth, see this letter?
This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives.
I see. Revenge on me.
Who is that old guy anyway?
I don't know.
Could he be an innocent defendant and he got declared guilty or something?
Nice, Wright. But I don't remember that old man. Not at all.
So he was following this letter then.
Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men, meaning myself and Robert Hammond.
It also says this is your last chance.
Last chance. Oh, last chance. Wait, maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6 incident. Wait, that old man.
What is it? Do you know who he is?
Yogi. Could he be Yogi?
Yogi?
The suspect in the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent.
Well, that didn't really get me anywhere, but it was cool.
Nick, no, that's the photo of his father. Don't show him that.
You're right. Now probably isn't a good time to dredge up those memories. What is it? Nothing. Huh? I thought it was the perfect time. I'm trying to get him to remember and try and tell me if it is him or not. Is it the perfect time to dredge up old memories? It was that case that changed my life. And tomorrow, on December 28th, its statute of limitations runs out. Tomorrow? Could that be a coincidence? But even if this case is finally closed on paper, it'll never be erased from my memory. Never!
Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
No. I think that's it. Well, I showed him all the DL6 stuff. Alright, Grossberg. Get a new painting or something, or clean your walls. Christ, man. Like, I get it, it's not something you do all the time, but it's so obvious now. He's out. Again. When does he work, anyway? Now, don't be harsh. Guess we'll have to come back later. What? What do you mean later? I have the thing. He said come back when you get something new, and I have something new. One day left, Nick. Yeah, I know. Well, no time to waste. Let's get going. What do you think we should do now, Maya? You would know best, Nick. Just do what you do. That should work. I have already done that. Well, had any good ideas? This is all tied to the DL6 incident. We'd better find out as much as we can about that murder before tomorrow. Something that happened back then has a hold on Edgeworth, and it won't let go. Do I need to keep bothering Edgeworth? I would love to keep bothering, but it said no. Let's just try everything. What are you showing me this picture for? No reason. You know, I was impressed by your deduction in the trial today. Granted, you were at the end of your rope, but still.
Nicky noticed.
Okay, I already did that. Or Mr. Edgeworth. Well, that's everything. Okay, this is one thing we already talked about this. Oh, I need to talk to him now, probably. I always forget that talking changes. And they don't just fucking tell you. Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. Bailiff? Whack his pee-pee! Oh no! I totally forgot that! Oh boy! Psychic sight! I saw it in my brain. We just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long. It felt like forever. The air thinned and the darkness closed in on us. In that little box, we became unsettled.
Help! I can't breathe.
Quiet, I said quiet. You're not making this any easier.
I wanna get out! Help me!
Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen.
I guess that's I just did dwarf again.
Sort of. And that's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed, staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court, and Yogi was found innocent.
But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Oh. Why would he want to take revenge on you?
Right. Yeah? There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you.
You mean the nightmare?
Yeah, memory of a crime. I think the time has come to tell all. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time.
What kind of dream?
It's a dream about my father's killing, in the dark.
Help!
It's the same text.
I can't breathe.
Who is talking?
Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. What are you?
Stop breathing my
Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol.
Get away! Get away from my father!
And then with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream.
I'm not screaming. I'm not gonna do that. It's not happening.
A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years.
But that's just a dream, right? Right?
That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father.
What?
If you think about it in that way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me.
Wait, Edgeworth. You mean...
It was me. I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father.
Oh, this is bad. What are we gonna do, Nick? What can we do?
I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can do, like it or not. If there's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe.
There is, Nick! There is someone who knows about DL6.
Well, who? Is it Grossberg?
Dinkelberg!
Mr. Grossberg.
Oh, Oh, hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled. We love the devil. People love the devil.
No kidding. I can't believe you're not.
Let's calm down and tell me what happened, eh?
It's Mr. Edgeworth. He...
I see. So Edgeworth went to shot it in the father.
Ow. Hey, I got a cramp in my jaw doing that. It's only a dream. Only a dream.
I wonder.
What?
If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled? Well, here, consider this. You get quite suddenly hold a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that this Edgeworth dream was not a dream. It was real. As you imagined. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired, and the deed was done.
That's an insane theory. There's like physically no way that would happen. And if someone's guilty, they love blaming other people. Like, that's completely ridiculous. Guilty people love to go, well, it wasn't really my fault because this other guy did it. It was their fault for making me mad. And it'd be the same with Edgeworth. He could just blame him because they were in the elevator with him. And he went crazy, but then he's like, well, if they weren't there, then I wouldn't have done it. And I would have been crazy, so really it's their fault. Stupid. I don't believe it.
Nearly was suspected of murder, and his career as a bailiff was irreparably wrecked. As he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance. Of course, with the statute of limitations so close.
What do you mean the statute of limitations? Like, he could just kill at any time. You could frame him for murder anytime. Like, this makes no sense. The ticking clock element doesn't work if he was found innocent. Ah. Oof. What do you know about Edgeworth's father?
He was a French attorney without peer. That sounds trite, but it's true. He may have had one peer now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fay.
My sister?
Gregory Edgeworth was disapproving of Mr. Von Kammer's techniques.
Well, that's no surprise.
Von Kammer is an extremely man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result, he has a perfect record in court. To meet him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods.
And?
He lost and died in despair, as it were.
I think I'm shaking the desk when I do that. I need to not have my hands on the desk while I shake my head around.
When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Misty Fay.
It's just so fun.
I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi. But Yogi was found innocent.
That's when my mother left us. Yeah, it must have been Wright then, because they're the protagonist. They're the protagonist family, so she has to have been right. Miles probably threw the gun at the guy and he picked it up and shot him because he was too stupid to realize he had a gun. Everyone called her a fraud.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone thought she was, you see. But now that I think about it, It seemed that the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him.
I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his own son?
It's only a possibility, mind you. And a possibility nonetheless.
Yeah, I don't know how this guy got off on such a flimsy fucking case as insanity when I can't get a guy off who wasn't there when the thing happened. Like, I almost got framed for murder because I was like in a fucking 2-mile radius of where the murder happened, and this guy was in the room with likely powder burns on his hands, if the nature of the verdict is to be believed, and was going crazy and attacking this guy, and he gets off on insanity? Why don't I just say everyone's insane? They're all stupid. Everybody just get the fuck off. I'm presenting him this shit. Hey, look at this letter.
Oh, this is the letter. It does seem that Jaeger was following this letter when he killed Hammond.
And Hammond eats an entire car on bottom gear. But why kill Robert Hammond?
Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own.
Huh? His own sake?
He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability.
But he got his client found innocent, so why would it matter?
Actually, my dear, it's quite different. The one not innocent verdict for no one but himself.
That's so stupid.
Yogi was a free man, but seriously, he was ruined.
Yeah, cause here in America, people who are found innocent in the court, there's a real social stigma against them. It's not like we love underdogs or anything. Here in America, where we are, eating our hamburgers, Apollo.
You'll understand soon enough.
I mean, I got myself declared innocent. It's not a big deal.
Right?
What is it?
This letter, I've seen this handwriting somewhere before, a long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? You have any idea who wrote this?
It's Karma. Could it be Manfred von Karma?
Von Karma, why would he have something to do with this?
Well, I'm not sure.
Von Karma, my boy, all right.
I'm losing it. I'm losing the voice. It's just becoming jowl noises.
This is Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time on court reports.
What? But that means the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was...
Correct. Manfred von Karma himself.
What does this mean then? Why would von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? Dun 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 dun! No shit. I could have told you the way they said like perfect, 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 perfect handwriting like a million times in a row. Half of this game is like incredibly obvious, like dumb stuff, and half of it's like, were you paying attention exactly 4 unrepeatable dialogue boxes ago? No, fuck you. Figure out which of these evidences is tangentially related to an unrepeatable dialogue box 4 boxes ago. And it just catches you off guard.
If it truly was Von Karma who wrote this letter, he would know the truth. You will know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. You'll face much tomorrow in court, I should think. You press the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty.
Oh no! But how could Von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare.
That I do not know. But I do know that Von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. Maybe seem to satisfy a grudge held against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his shaman.
What do you mean?
It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and Von Karma did win. But it didn't make it through the trial unscarred.
What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma?
Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial.
Yeah, it's kind of... It sounds exactly like that.
But Gregory Edgeworth accused Von Karma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood.
What? How is that possible? How do you get someone declared guilty, but they know you falsified evidence? That's fruit of the poisonous tree. This is the worst. This is the worst it's ever been. Like, I get it. It's fake court, but come on. They know you falsified evidence and they let you go with it? Are you fucking insane?
It was the only penalty Von Karma had ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that. You see? Yes. Yes.
A vacation?
Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting.
Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like go to the sea or to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe. Don't tell me he's never been to Asia or Japan, for example, where we are not right now. You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya.
In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot.
Odd. If he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? Lord Supper! What do we do, Nick? Von Karma's gonna bring up DL6. You can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL6? I won't let him.
Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's manslaughter, for one. Thank you. Thank you, Tiara. This is... I'm losing it. It's not murder. They've changed, like... I don't understand. I can see why this series took so long to really take off in the West. Because we just don't put up with this shit. Like, we don't. It's not as much of a parody of Western court, of American court at least. I don't know about Europe. They can jail you for saying whatever words. But like an American playing this is like, oh, it's gonna be sort of like, I know, but at least they don't like lie. Like, at least they don't, we falsified evidence, but we still got the guy guilty. We're changing the classification of what you know. Like, people know what manslaughter is and people know what murder is. They know they're two different things. I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he'd kill someone. But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care. I know he's not guilty. The worst we get with Law and Order, right, is like crime scene, like gadgets. Gadgets, I feel like, is as bad as it gets in Law and Order. Like, there are legal foibles, sure, but that's not the whole focus of the thing. It's like crime scene investigative stuff. And like interacting with witnesses and interacting with, you know, your, yeah, topical episodes that's also true. That goes without saying. But mostly it's investigating and it's procedural stuff that the cops do, not legal intrigue. And shows that do legal intrigue in America generally get it pretty right. I mean, like, you have shoot, I can't think of the name right now, but the one with Shatner. It's not West Wing. What am I thinking of? It's whatever the name is, but they're legal dramas and they go for legal accuracy, at least in the cases that they have. But this is like, I don't know, fuck it, murder's whatever I say it is. I forged evidence, but it's still right. Fuck you. It's like a whole different animal of bad. Not that it's bad, I really enjoy this game so far. I mean, so far, I'm more than halfway done with it. But it's still fun. But it's also insanity. And I can totally see a normal Western audience being like, that's not how fucking court works. I've had to serve jury duty. Not that people who serve jury duty are necessarily playing Phoenix Wright around the time of its original release.
If you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police file might hold something of interest.
Mr. Grossberg, thank you.
I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim.
I understand. Police materials, huh? And, like, insanity doesn't necessarily get you off. It might get you a reduced sentence. Fuck it. I'm not talking about... That's stuff I can ignore. Like, just getting... Like... being totally innocent or totally guilty and there not being nuance between those things, that's fine for like a gameplay abstraction for video game purposes. And it's silly. Yeah, Boston Legal. That show's fun. Because it's got William Shatner in it. And he's great. And it's got the guy who's on, he's in stuff now, that other dude. The young guy in that show is in stuff now, and he's pretty cool. He's got kind of a Bond villain face nowadays, now that he's old. But anyway, being totally guilty or totally innocent, like, that's a normal person can be like, that's fine. But like, I changed the definition of murder. Fuck you. I'm going back. No. That was not. There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy. Yogi.
That's yo. I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today.
Yeah. Oh, good. We were wondering if we could check the records room out again.
Well, no, I can't just have anybody wandering around in there. There's a ghost. A spooky ghost. But I guess Mr. Von Karma's in there now anyway. You can go as long as he's in there.
What? Why can Von Karma go in there, but I can't? That's stupid. Von Karma.
Yeah, he just arrived actually. Yeah, the Hearts Boxcars. That's my Hearts Boxcars voice.
So, I appreciate Midnight Crew because there are about 4 types of Italian voices. There's Spade Slick, alright? You know? And he's the cool guy. And he's kinda edgy. And there are more than this. But then you have Diamond Stroke. You got the Godfather kind of voice. Come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding, huh?
Well, you have Hearts Boxcars. Hearts Boxcars is kind of the tough cop voice.
And then you have Club Stosh, who sort of talks like he talks like Carly. And those are 4 very easily distinguishable Italian stereotype voices. And I think those are the ones they use in the Let's Read, the classic Let's Read. But I've always found that useful. So that's how I compartmentalize them in my head and keep them from bleeding over into each other. Because it's very easy to have your Italian voices blend together. Because it's the same accent, you know? It's like British voices. They just go from one to the other. You have to decide, oh, this is this kind of voice, and this is the person. Like in my head, so in my head when I do a voice, there's always someone in my head who's doing it, who's making the mouth flaps, so that I can like keep them from becoming a different person. So that's how I do it. Not that you care about my voice, my stupid voices technique, but it helps me. It helps me for this specifically.
Von Karma's in the records room.
Nick, let's hurry. Why the fuck does he get to go in there? And he's like, oh, I don't know if the defense attorney can go in there. Dusty as always.
You were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they haven't had time to clean.
What's wrong, Nick?
Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. Von Karma.
What was in here? Huh? One of the drawers here is open.
Someone must have been looking in it recently.
The label says unsolved cases. Evidence.
Unsolved cases.
Nick! The file for DL6, it's completely empty!
What? Well, what are you doing in here?
Von Karma!
No. How do you know my name?
Huh?
Have we met?
What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team.
Defense team? I beg your pardon. You see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. They're like bugs to me. Needless things to be crushed.
I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor. What a dick. Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right?
A romanticist who still catch that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father. Always second rate.
Mr. Von Karma, you had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you?
Me, a grudge against a mere offense attorney. Why?
Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record? So you did. But what I don't get is, why did you take his son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival.
That's my dear attorney. Is none of your business. Tomorrow will be the last day of the trial.
It's been a while since. I'm gonna do V's. I should have been doing that the whole time.
A while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt.
His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean?
You're quite a researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow.
We were right. So Von Karma's gonna bring up the DL6 incident in court tomorrow. Look at this! Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. I probably shouldn't show him this, but you know. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder.
Yanni Yogi. How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it.
So you admit it? You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter?
Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble of bringing it to me. You saved me a lot of needless hassle.
What? Nick, what is that thing? A stun gun? Oh, Jesus. What is happening? I knew I shouldn't have showed it to him. But I mean, I guess this needed to happen. A stun gun for self-defense, usually.
Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence.
600? What?
Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it, usually. Now give me the letter.
No! No!
Whoa, what are you?
Nick, run! Ah! Jesus.
Out of my mind.
Jeez, just stun this little girl. That's insanity. That's a crime, bro. What is happening? This is stupid. I can't even. What? They didn't hear the shouting and the screaming and the tasering? And they didn't ask him anything, and I have the burns? Like, my suit's all fucked up now. He burned the shit out of my suit. He tased a minor. Probably burned her ceremonial uniform, too. Burnt the shit out of it. Huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah, this had to happen. I had a feeling that I had to show him, but that theoretically I shouldn't. Like security camera footage, whatever. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all. Maya! There has to be some way I can help her. I'd better do something about her self-confidence first. Huh? Maya, she's holding something. What is that? A bullet? DL6 incident. Evidence number 7. Taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember. Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. Huh. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow.
Well, this is fucking insane. I'm losing it, man. This game is going off the rails. I hope the writing gets like I can vibe with this kind of bad, still awesome writing, but I hope it gets like better as we go on, because it'd be sad if it just maintained this level of believability, or if it like. And if it does, I want more explanation. Like, I want to know why the fuck it's like this. Like, why am I a second-class citizen who can get tased in a fucking police station? And then be like, yeah, it's fine. Today, things are gonna get settled at last. A lot of things. Ah! What's the big idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock it doesn't work like that. I was gonna say, did she zap him? That's fucking stupid. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth's looking glum as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Oh! What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. This is not gonna be fucking evidence. This is not gonna be evidence that she touches people and shocks them with her electro powers now. That she like unlimited your power. And just zaps everybody as part of the trial. I will flip my lid if that happens. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge. Right, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Whoa, pal! Whoa, jeez. What's gotten into that girl? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning. How'd it go? How'd it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. Just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. But that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember the past? He does remember, and I'm gonna prove it. The 28th, 12/28. I could prove it with that fucking safe. The password was 12/28, which is the date of the murder.
Order now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready.
Huh.
Right. Very well. We've reached the final day in our proceedings in this trial. I ask the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood.
Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says.
Very well, Mr. Von Karma. Your opening statement.
Right.
Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom.
Yeah, clearly he wants us to bring up that he's Yogi and bring up the DL6 incident.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake, from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness? Why did you run away yesterday? The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well, please begin your testimony.
Yeah, why is the fucking judge asking that? Why is the judge asking him questions? That's my job, pal. Pal. I can do more Plinkett voice, which I love.
Well, I'm really sorry about leaving yesterday like I did. Well, I wasn't running away or nothing. I just had to meet my wife, Polly. I went to buy some food for Polly, you see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? Well, I don't got one of those. There's no reason I should poison Bambi in the crawl space. And my testimony stands as it is. I didn't do anything. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we?
He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. Or Yanni Yogi, and I'm gonna prove it. Yanni Yogi. I caught what you did running away, and not just leaving. You heard Larry's testimony, and you realized you were in danger. I mean, that's objection worthy, actually. Yeah, that's leading the witness.
Now, Mr. Wright, there's no need to rush to conclusions. As I said, the witness was not running away. Listen to the testimony.
He sure seems relaxed. In fact, they both do. Bon Karma and Yanni Yogi. Then why did you leave?
He's just about to say why. It is so hard for you to quietly listen when someone is talking.
If I sat quietly, Edgeworth would be guilty in 3 minutes. Food.
Well, Polly's a bit of a gourmet. She likes food, you see. She only eats these high-quality bird pellets from France. You only have them in the big pet shop downtown.
But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker's shack?
Well, kinda got lost, you see.
The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to this shack. I is becoming strong bad. Consummate V's, consummate. I wouldn't know Majesty if it came up and bit him in the face. Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's gonna believe that.
I see, so he was lost.
Please, Your Honor, come to your senses.
I figured I got nothing, you know. I didn't do nothing.
You've lost much of your memory, is that correct?
Well, yep, it seems like it.
And how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, huh? You know exactly who you are.
The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof.
How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? That's impossible.
I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Continue, please.
Please.
Baby, please. I'm a motive or something.
How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right?
Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold the grudge. It's impossible.
I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's gonna be the same thing over and over until the trial ends.
Might I say something, Mr. Wright?
Oop, wrong button. Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
You've been saying the same thing now over and over. In calling the witness's memory of the past or lack thereof into question. Does it really have anything to do with the current case?
Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said that he has nothing to do with this case, and no motive. But both of these statements are lies.
Order! Mr. Wright, there's a serious problem with your claim. Oh, are you saying you know who this witness is?
Of course, Your Honor.
Now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So, who is he?
Don't play dumb, Von Karma.
Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright, please, what's his name?
His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff. If he's a bailiff, like an officer, then his fingerprints would probably be on file, especially, he should be in the system.
Yeah, that name seems familiar. Yanni Yogi from the DL6 incident.
It figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case.
But what does this mean?
Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive.
Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This man is this witness is Yanni Yogi. Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat myself once more that the witness has lost his memory.
This is it. I have to do this now. I have to save Scum. It's the only way. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you gonna prove it? How can you prove he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago.
I see. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's completely reasonable. Huh?
I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright.
Why?
The witness has no fingerprints.
What? Oh, what? No fingerprints?
I see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked as a chemical plant, where my fingers work with that stuff. Yup.
What? Yogi, you sneak. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past.
Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity.
No.
Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? It seems the case has been decided, no?
No. I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way.
There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one.
Nick, what are we gonna do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. I thought this might come up. At least they're bringing up the freaking fingerprints.
What do I do?
Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine this parrot for a little comic relief, huh?
Yeah, very funny. You're a sore witness, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot. What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to... Your Honor, the defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal.
Take Mr. Von Karma up on my proposal.
Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. Oh my God. No. I was waiting for the parrot to come up, but I didn't think we'd literally be cross-examining him. I guess the game doesn't have any other avenue to bring it in, so you would have to have. God.
Hold on, I say. Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma? Did you even ask? This is a farce. I object.
Objection! Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested. Yeah, that was dumb.
Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Of course, you should go through with this. Should you go through with this? And nothing comes of it, and I hope you're ready for the consequences.
Nick, this is crazy.
Well, still want to go through with your little game?
Yeah, I'm doing it. Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor.
This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard.
Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence. Except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least I think so. This is awesome. This fucking owns. This is the sickest shit.
Elif! Whack his pee-pee.
There she is. Ah, you beautiful bastard.
That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name! Witness is ignoring me.
It must hurt to be ignored by a bird.
Yeah, very well, witness. Who's your owner? Please testify for us. What?
Fucking nothing.
Hello! Hello!
I can't do anything.
Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well. We begin your cross-examination.
Right. What are you gonna do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? Well, you bring up DL6, obviously. It said, don't forget, DL6. Ah. Hello. Hold it. Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right, what do I say? Have we forgotten something? As I recall, 2 days ago. Polly, have we forgotten something? Don't forget DL6. Yeah, see? I can get Polly to say that here. That'll prove that the caretaker had something to do with DL6. Polly? Have we forgotten something? Hello! That's not what you're supposed to say! Forgot! Something we forgot! Uh-oh, it's not working, Nick. She won't say it. This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it?
Something the matter, Mr. Wright.
Oh, wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. Couldn't have retrained the parrot, could he? Did he train her not to respond when we asked if we'd forgotten anything? My God. Witness, you're here to speak. You must speak to me.
Frankly, I can't believe you're speaking to the parrot.
Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. We need to show the judge that our owner is Mr. Yogi. Can we... What's the combination of the safe? What's the safe number? Maybe I'll get her to say the number of that safe. Huh? The safe? Why? Let's just try to get her to say anything, okay? Holly, what was the number to the safe in the shack? Yes, yes. 1228 1228 1228.
My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you are claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker.
Actually, it does. This is what I knew it. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it.
Ugh, ridiculous. How can a number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity?
The DL6.
The DL6 case file. What is this obsession you have with that case? Mr. Wright, but in this file is something relating to the safe number.
It's on the case summary page.
The case summary.
Specifically the date on which the DL6 incident occurred. Oh, I'm the smartest person.
The date of the incident. December 28. Why, that's today's date. 15 years ago.
And the number on that safe is 1228.
Bah!
He used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. And that's how important the date was to him.
Yeah, I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. Bah, this is not tangible proof. I set my ATM card's number to 0001 because I'm number one. That has nothing to do with the date.
What? Oh, what? Because I'm number one. Fuck this guy. Ooh, what karma.
Indeed. Alone is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. Needs some other corroborating evidence.
Where am I gonna find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more. If we can just get one more piece of evidence. Right, but what?
Very well, witness. You may continue.
Well, fuck. Let's just try and make it say its name. Maybe I should get her to say her name. Polly! Polly, what's your name? Polly! Polly! Rah!
Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity?
I don't know. Let's give it a shot. Literally no reason not to. Yes, it does.
Ha, fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's true identity. Then show us this proof.
Nick, don't you think you're taking this bluffing a little too far? Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's secret identity is... well, fuck. There's Misty Faye, Pistol. Fuck. It's gotta be the DL6 case, right? Yeah, let's check the... that's true, I can just check the file. So, date, 12/28/2001. Location, Elevator District Courthouse. Air in elevator was oxygen depleted at the time of the incident. No clues found on the scene. Victim data, Gregory Edgeworth, age 35. Defense attorney trapped in elevator returning from a lost trial with son, Miles Edgeworth, age 9. One bullet found in heart. Murder weapon was fired twice. Twice? Hey! That's important. Yanni Yogi, age 35. Court bailiff, trapped in elevator with the Edgeworths. Memory lost due to oxygen deprivation after his arrest. Fiance Polly Jenkins committed suicide. Yo!
The DL6 case file. That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on then? Show us or stop wasting our time. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to this parrot's name?
Yeah, it's literally 3 pages. It's not a whole lot to go through. It's on the suspect data page. This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide. See?
Indeed, it does say that, yes.
What was his fiancée's name?
Polly Jenkins. Polly?
Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her.
Yeah, I see. I guess that is possible. Bah, a mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix, Wright, does that make you my granddaughter's fiancé?
She's only 7 years old.
That's enough! I think we've reached a conclusion here. This is a mere coincidence, that's all. That is a possibility. However, 2 coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me. What are you saying? Here's some of the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately! Witness, tell us your name. Wait! This witness does not remember.
No, it's okay. Oh, my boat taker voice.
Amazing. I don't know if I can do the Plinkett voice for him anymore. He's all stalwart now.
I was just gonna keep doing it. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done. Or I will keep talking, but oh man. Cause I was just doing Mr. Plinkett.
But now he's all like,
This Mr. Plinkett makes for a great crazy old man.
fuck it, I'll keep doing it. I want to keep.
I guess my mic voice is kind of the same.
Mike just has a normal person's voice. Mike has like the voice of a human being.
I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done. Fuck.
Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years.
Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court.
Yeah, it's the same sort of situation. People see what they want to see, man.
Order! Yanni Yogi. Was it you who killed Robert Hammond? You tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yeah, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 50 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. Told me it would make me innocent. Get me off the hook. So I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really. But he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiance, my social standing. And this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. A plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on my wife. I didn't care who'd sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. I just wish I could have watched Cop Dog one last time. Wait a minute. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Von Karma, where is Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession. Then the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent. In this case, at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand?
But the gun was fired twice. It's the same issue.
There are a few mysteries left unsolved. You are cleared for suspicion on this particular case. I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections?
I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything?
Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, gamers. You know what? We're at 2 hours, but I'm gonna keep going. Because this is awesome. This is the good shit. We're finally getting into it.
Did someone say objection?
It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth! Your Honor, I object to your judgment.
What do you mean?
I'm not innocent at all. Yeah, big surprise. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's gonna say he's guilty. He's gonna tell them he was the murderer of the DL6 incident. He's gonna tell them he killed his own dad. Uh-oh, what do I do? Objection! The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst.
Did something like this happen yesterday too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed.
That'd be Larry.
You must hear this new statement. You must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. We have a duty to hear Edgeworth out.
Yeah, whatever.
For 15 years, I've had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare, that's what I told myself. But now I know. It wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean the incident where your father died?
Yeah, I know who was, though. It was fucking Von Karma. He shot through the elevator. Let's look. Everyone, let's look. Let's take a look right now. Look at this fucking shit. Look at it. Look at it. I wonder which bullet went through the pane of glass and which one went in the heart from the two shot. Like, come on. Don't you point at me, Edgeworth. That's right. Motherfucker should be pointing at me.
From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer. The criminal in the DL6 incident. It was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me.
Well, don't point at me. Come on, bro. You're trying to tank my career? Yeah, this is rude. Don't point at Nick.
This is suddenly unexpected. The defendant, declared innocent, is confessing to a different crime. Crime which the statute of limitations runs out today?
There's no statute of limitations on murder. Let's look it up. I'm pretty sure that's exactly the opposite of true. Let's see. Statute of limitations on murder. Crimes considered heinous by society have no statute of limitations. There is usually no statute of limitations for murder, particularly first degree. Yeah, this is obviously does not this motherfucker.
I'm really not sure how I should deal with this. Bah, it's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now.
Right here, right now.
We try this man for his crime of 15 years ago.
24. Edgeworth is 24. He's the same age as the fucking mafia boss who wouldn't let me do anything in Call of Cthulhu. Still pissed about that.
I think I'd like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned!
Oh, jeez. Oh, man.
I'm sorry, Wright.
I've just wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad. Yeah, that's manslaughter at best. I totally think manslaughter has a statute of limitations. Let's see. Manslaughter. Yeah. Felonies, 10 years for non-vehicular. Which I would imagine is worse than vehicular. Yeah, so Edgeworth's good. He should be good by now. Like, super good. 15 years. Whatever. Anyway.
I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances.
Actually, murder is manslaughter in this case. This is crazy. Just crazy, man. Nick, what are you doing? Huh? No, I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready. Your case? For what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm gonna prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it in court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here, in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right. Oh, hell, I can at least make him not suspicious enough to extend the trial a day, after which the statute of limitations is up. I mean, come on. This is a new trial. I got one more day. No, we're not resuming our trial. We're doing a new one. Thank you.
Now then, I would like to resume our trial.
Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do the cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. What? 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 Excuse me? What? He just said. I cheat all the time. I love to cheat. I cheat literally every trial except for this one exactly right now. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I would've... A bad credit card? I'm nostalgia critic rapidly pounding the desk. .gif right now. That's what I'm doing right now. That's my brain. Like, what? No, Your Honor. On Karma. You knew this was gonna happen from the very beginning, didn't you?
Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand?
Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key. But only if I can get it to work. Please, please. Yeah, I don't need Mia to bail me out. I got this. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, and then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. And that's all.
And until now, you thought this memory was a dream.
We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events. Bah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Whew. What was the trial your father was involved in on that day? I don't remember things very clearly. Only two things. I know my father lost, and Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney.
Mr. Von Karma, you were handling that case.
It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details. That was when Edgeworth pointed out the problem in Von Karma's evidence. Of course you remember. That's a stupid thing to say. You took your only vacation after that. That's a dumb thing to say. If he was smart, he wouldn't say that. Like, that's the whole case right there. Had to pop my thumb real fast. So, there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in that elevator. Yes. Myself, my father, and Yana Yogi. We were fine at first. But then, as time passed, and no one came to help, my father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. What did you do then? I was a 9-year-old. A 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? What could I do? I got all choked up and I threw down my gun. I called him my paw and he called me a son. And I come away with a different point of view. That's the only thing I can think when I hear what could I do. I think of Boy Named Sue. I think about him now and then. Every time I try and every time I win. And if I ever have a son, I think I'm gonna name him Belle or George or any damn thing but Sue. I still ain't that name. So awesome. But then, sorry, back to the video game that I'm playing. What was it? A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster. Well, then it's a shitty gun. That is a bad gun. And you picked it up. And you picked it up. What happened next? Well, so let's requisition the evidence. Let's see the gun. Let's look at these things. I could drag this trial out for like months. And I don't know anything about the law. Like, come on. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick, I panicked.
Correction, the air was getting thin. You threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi.
Yes, I was in a daze. Single gunshot. There it is, that's the whole thing. Obviously I want to get all the dialogue. The gun fired once. Yes. I think after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. The scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. To this day. Yes, I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream as long as I live. There it is. One part of that testimony clearly contradicts the evidence. But I don't know what it means. I'd better find out. And quick. Oh god, I have to go all the way through. I can't just wrap back around. Argue, just then something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it to Mr. Yogi. Stop fighting. I remembered later there was a gunshot. Single gunshot. Let's check and make sure it's on the right. Murder weapon was fired twice. Victim data. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Yeah, there we go. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shots and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came.
I see.
No, Your Honor, unfortunately you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence. Unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony? Look at the victim data in this file. It says quite plainly, the murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So, who fired the remaining shot?
Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot?
Your Honor, I'm sure you're aware,
This incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired.
well, presumably never, since it's been in evidence.
It may have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof the second shot had anything to do with this incident.
What? No! The fact that it's in the evidence proves that it matters. There's so much paperwork involved with firing a shot, especially if you're a bailiff. I don't think bailiffs even have guns anymore, do they? Do they just have tasers? Maybe in 2002 or whenever this was made, 2003 or 4 actually, I think. Point is, even then, there's so much paperwork involved with shooting a gun as any kind of law enforcement officer or any kind of anybody. If you shoot a gun, then you have to file the paperwork, because that shit costs money. What?
I see. You do have a point. Mr. Wright, the weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot had been something to do with this case?
Yeah, sure I do. Your Honor, I think I'll be able to show you proof.
What? Impossible! Now, Mr. Von Kammer, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us the proof. Very well, Mr. Wolf. Engage.
You just become Picard now. Sure, I'll just say it's the bullet.
Mr. Wright, please.
Excuse me? Not meaning any harm and not doing any harm are entirely different things. Well, shit. Let's look at the fucking DL6 case again. One bullet found in heart. The murder weapon was fired twice. It obviously means in the incident. There's no that's so stupid. This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Gordon Bailiff, trapped in the elevator with the Edgeworths. Memory lost due to oxygen deprivation. After this arrest, his fiancée, Polly Jenkins, committed suicide. Maybe it's just the victim data again, because the evidence is the evidence, you dickhead. Shit. It's gonna be one of these, isn't it? I wish they'd take this shit out that I don't need now, like Robert's autopsy report. Well, check this out. Look at this photograph. I'm not gonna do it. You can do it yourself, you know what I'm talking about. And this is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. You know what you know what I'm see, you're doing it yourself. I don't even need to make the jokes anymore. I just pull the lever, say the line. Baby, please say the line, say funny word. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it.
So, let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired. Where?
Your Honor, please get a clue. It's the hole. It's the giant fucking hole in the... As should be obvious, the contradiction is here.
I see a bullet hole in the door.
Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol, yet there's also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. I'm playing audience patchy slot. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot.
Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else.
Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be?
The murderer, of course.
I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand, Mr. Wright. Look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page.
A case summary? That's on page 1.
Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. The second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed that Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door.
What? Are you insane?
Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly. That the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Kammer says, the second bullet was not found. It's highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet.
Well, so let's see. They're trapped in the elevator shaft. The gun goes off. It goes out of the elevator glass into the elevator shaft, bounces around the metal elevator shaft, and falls into nothingness. So unless you ripped the entire building apart looking for a small counter around at the bottom of an elevator shaft, then no, of course it wasn't found. Like, of course not. What are you insane?
So all we have is this single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defendant's claim. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter.
God, how did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick! If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. It's at the bottom of the What does this mean? This is insane. No. But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just, when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick.
Well, it seems we have finally cleared up this incident. Only one bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict.
Well, then what happened to the second shot? Whatever. I'm not going to bother talking about paperwork or anything anymore. There's no point. It's a silly video game, and it's making me smile, so I'm giving it a pass.
You've been paying attention to the trial so far.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections?
No. No, I do not.
So you killed your father. Oh, that was not your intention. Well, the statute of limitations for manslaughter non-vehicular is 10 years, so you're safe.
Yes, I did. Oh no, he's accepted the guilt.
Very well. The statute of limitations on murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today. Right here. Right now. Indeed.
Right here, right now.
Does anyone have any objections?
I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There's so many things I know I should be saying. My mind's gone blank. I can't find the words.
Mr. Wright.
Your Honor, I object.
Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object?
Nick, I don't know. His case is perfect. No, it's not. You have the thing, bruh. Gah. It must exist. The second bullet. What? What did you just say? Nothing? The second bullet must exist? But where? Someone took it.
It seems waiting is not going to produce any answers from Mr. Wright.
Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet. It existed.
What? You just heard proof it did not exist.
I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened.
But who?
The murderer.
The murderer? Then tell us just who is this murderer?
I'm still thinking about that one.
So the criminal took the second bullet. But why?
Huh? Well, that should be obvious.
First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Is there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet?
Of course. Of course there was a need. That's why they took it.
Bah, what possible reason could they have had?
Well, to frame Edgeworth. Well, the reason the murderer took the bullet was the bullet would be proof. Maybe they thought that the bullet would be used as proof.
Proof?
It was a special bullet, so they took it with them. No, that's stupid! What? Whatever. Mass Effect problem. Penalize me. Fuck you. I obviously meant the opposite of that. Murderer had to find it. Of course there was. Murderer was cautious. Murderer was a very cautious sort, you see. That's why the murderer had to search for that bullet. Because it's to blame. What? This is stupid. I'll tell you why. No, I'll tell you why, motherfucker. I guess not. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for that stray bullet? I haven't got a clue.
What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
Yes, they did! That's ridiculous! Why would they take the bullet that incriminates Edgeworth and... I'm so mad, Phoenix. Your brain is the smallest. Take it. And to take it. The murderer. What does that mean? Thinking too normal. Think great. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But the murderer had to take that bullet.
Had to. Mr. Wright, what do you mean?
Well, for instance... For instance, what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer.
Bullet hit the murderer?
Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you'd have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? That's ridiculous. That's stupid. Wait a second, I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's what really happened? This is way more bonkers than I thought it was gonna be. This is madman's knowledge. This is like... Yeah, that could have... This is ridiculous. The murderer had to take it. That's what I said before. Whatever.
Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer himself was shot and left with the second bullet still inside them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime?
Yes, I guess that's how that would work, yeah.
But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yana Yogi, were both unharmed. That mean...
Murderer came from outside, yes. What? I don't understand the timeline of events at all anymore. Two men fight inside the elevator. Gotcha. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. Blam, the pistol discharges, and the bullet. The bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. Boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside.
Mr. Wright, you should be the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known.
Alright, whatever. Yeah, this is nonsense. But I guess whatever it takes to get it to be Von Karma.
I can tell you're grasping, but I cannot deny the possibility of what you say.
What are you saying?
Deny it! Deny it! No one is involved with the second incident.
Blah, 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 words.
There was no murderer.
Someone was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick. Huh? I just thought of something. Really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Yeah. And so we took a vacation to heal. I get it. We get it. Quite the shock. He took a vacation for several months. Yeah, no fucking shit.
And the last vacation he's taken is...
Yeah. I get it. What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean it could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh, man.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright. You seem dazed.
No, Your Honor.
Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect?
Uh-oh. I come out and say it now? What am I gonna save it for? Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect. There was a second shooter on the elevator door glassy knoll. -2. That was bad. Wah wah.
Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect?
My hands are shaking. What? Von Karma. Von Karma?
You mean the Von Karma, the prosecutor, the one standing right over there.
Ugh.
You don't object?
I see no need. Why aren't that ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason?
So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright?
Out of the country, dillweed.
Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify.
Nick, let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth. I know Von Karma, perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. Probably didn't undergo surgery. Or leave a doctor as a witness. God, nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Yeah, that's like bad. That's like bad for your physical body to not take the bullet out unless he dug it out himself, which would leave a gigantic fucking scar. He'd still have a scar either way. From a bullet wound, he'd still have a scar even without the surgery, or even with the surgery. So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere, but where?
Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove I was shot?
All right, Von Karma. I'll prove it. I'll even use evidence. I know you like it so much. Oh, jeez. Here we go.
What?
Evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is... Sure, I'll say it's this.
What exactly is that?
Oh, poo. When are we gonna use this bullet then? It's just sitting here. Yes, Your Honor. Well... I would say the photograph, because you could calculate the angle, right? Whatever, I saved. Oh, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's garbage. Bad, bad, stupid. Whatever. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if it was in here. If they ask me what page, then I'll know. Let's just do it. Lame. It's faster to load. I'm not gonna go through all that garbage. It's not fucking Polly. Nah, let's see. They might have something to say. Oh, stupid. I don't know, Polly? Fuck if I know. And this is all from the old case. It doesn't matter. On this, well, I assume it would have to be, because these aren't it. The left hand? No. I just have to try. This is the try everything. The try everything round. I'm so mad. See, this is what I was talking about earlier, is that all of it is like baby Babu puzzles. And now it's like, it's Polly for no reason. Or something similar. Obviously it's not Polly, but how else am I supposed to know? What else am I supposed to do? It's the second bullet. It was really the bullet that he used to shoot the other guy. Fuck. I'm gonna lose my mind. Did I try Misty Faye? I think I already did. Oh, the metal detector. Fucking of course. I mean, you can pull a bullet out yourself, whatever. The fucking metal detector. The fucking metal detector. She's gonna rub it up against his face. Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where's that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. You don't mean. Yeah, that's like poisonous for you. Like, I'm pretty sure that's bad for you to not do that, to not take it out. Like, I think that's incredibly important, actually. I'm no physicist. I'm no rocket surgeon. But I think leaving a bullet in your body forever is bad. Like, talk about infection. I guess it gets superheated, so maybe it won't have, but still, it makes no sense. There's the possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. I'm gonna shoot myself.
Is this even possible? For all these years?
Well, there's one way to find out. Yeah, lead poisoning. I don't know if bullets are still lead, but that seems like a big freaking deal. Especially if it just physically stays in your system the whole time. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm gonna run this over you and see what we find.
I refuse. You refuse. But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you.
Yeah, I imagine with an entire bullet lodged in your chest for 15 years, it'd have plenty of time. Especially with an open wound that is not properly medically addressed.
Order! Order! Order!
Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector.
Judge, I call for the suspension of the trial. This is an invasion of privacy.
The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it. Right here, right now.
Enough! I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Volkenkammer, you will submit yourself to testing.
Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. Ooh. It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet! Mr. Von Karma. You. It was you. I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. Yeah, there we go. I was thinking, so we'll probably have to match it with the ballistics of the...
I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6. But Mr. Volkenkammer, can you prove that? Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You're the defense now, so you have to prove that I'm wrong. Since you're guilty until proven innocent now. You jerk. You slimy little weasel. You scuzzball. Moth eye. You know, whatever.
Mr. Wright, well, can you prove it? Can you prove the bullet in Volkenkammer's shoulder?
Of course it can.
You don't have any of the DL6 evidence.
That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday. Well, let's go get it. Like physically.
With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright.
And you have to check out evidence. Ugh. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm died. I'm dead. No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? You were so close. One day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof. What? Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. It's okay. It's not important. It's here now. That's what matters. It's the bullet.
That's my bullet. Phoenix Wright, you removed evidence without doing the proper paperwork. That's removal of evidence. That's obstruction of justice. It's like 17 different crimes. You bitch. Guilty.
Like suddenly they care about courtroom procedure and actual laws.
Where did you get that?
Yeah, but Von Karma did it too. Come on. Bullet, please. Bullet. Tiny bullet. The Spain. This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely, with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings. You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago.
ballistic markings, the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate.
I don't know if that's real. Like, I can imagine, like, it's the same caliber. You could tell it was fired from the same type of gun. But even then, you could be like, it's just the same type of gun. It was different. It was a different time. And I can't prove it's not a different time. The case just stops when the game says it stops. And I wish there was less of that. That's the only thing that I wish there was, that I can really say about this game. Is I wish there was a little bit less of like, okay, they've just decided that the guy's guilty now. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We can analyze both bullets. Then, if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol. In other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet and solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma. Wrong. Yeah, there we go. That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. Blah 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 blah. We've been there, done that. Blam! We got him, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we got him. It's the scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed.
Mr. Von Karma. Only you would dare defy me.
So, it was you. Yeah, I also was worried he would look at Phoenix. He would point at Phoenix again.
You and your father are my curse. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And now you let the scar on my shoulder that will never fade. I'll bury you. I'll bury you with my bare hands. Death.
15 years earlier.
Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry. Von Karma, it's not like you meant me to make this kind of error. I would never have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth! It was a shock like none other I had ever known. Me, penalized. It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew that it was destiny.
Yeah, reuse that. Howdy, howdy. You're just in time to watch Edgeworth get off, and I like that. I mean, be declared not guilty. Woof.
In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died never knowing who had shot him. Later he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime.
I even fooled his ghost. That son of a bitch.
Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge! What?
Ah, thanks for the follow, pal.
What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now! End it! Very well.
Yeah, it was pretty raw.
It appears we have come.
Yeah, well, I need to set up, I haven't set one up for, like, obviously anything else but following, because following's the only thing that I'm probably getting at this point. But I appreciate the follow, man, like, for real. I just do this for fun. But if you like it too, that's raw. It's based and red-pilled, as my animation said.
Appears we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later. Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
You were innocent.
You are innocent.
As you said, it was all a nightmare.
Yes, Your Honor.
This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty.
That's what's up. I barely made it with my no health and just completely guessing sometimes, but that's okay. We're good.
Not at all. This court is adjourned.
Objection! Von Karma's still here. Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed! I gotta say, I'm impressed. It was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it. I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory. So it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right. Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this. I know! Try thank you. I see. Thank you. Right. You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that. Sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing. You gotta learn, Edgeworth. He's got you there. Woo! Amazing, pal! You pulled through just like I thought you would, huh? I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. We're going to the Hostess Club. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month, but who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth? You should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you. I see. Woo! I feel foolish. Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Hey, y'all! Lotta! Y'all are great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats. Thank y'all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You can stick your hand in the cookie jar even if there was no one there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta? Oh, me? Oh, I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? Oh, that's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the state park? Huh? Like it's over, Nick. My life is over. Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Ah, Nick, I'm not long for this world, dude. You don't look sick. Like it's Beyonce. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick. Like she's leaving me behind. Should have seen that coming. Yo, Edgy, like there you are. Yes. Here I am. Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Butts, you going along tonight too, pal? My treat. I mixed up the pal lines. Thanks. Looking forward to it, dude. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not like police talk for prison food, right, dude? I think you'll be fine, Larry. Right. Yeah, what's up? That envelope that Larry gave me. It's got money in it. Oh, yeah, that's not strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. Like $38, for example. It's $38, right? Huh? What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly? Nick! Wasn't that exactly the amount of a lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38. No! No, Larry, it was you? What are you so surprised about, Wright? Huh? I was absent that day from school, right? That doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there. The rest is history. I was never good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. Whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know, I was there, dude. Really, Wright, I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, huh? Edgeworth. You should have told me. Now, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. Like, there you have it. Well, where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. Well, you always have been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Yeah, and you get worked up too easily, too. Death! The death sentence for both of you! Man, if only I'd have known, I'd have become a prosecutor! Same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor and part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth. Wanna switch, Wright?
Hey, y'all! Line up! I'll take a photo! Hey, photo time! Let's go!
And after that, then it's on me.
Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. Nice. December 29th, 5:02 a.m., Wright & Co. Law Offices. I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts, from dinner, eating all those hamburgers in America. It's still only 5. Maybe I should go back to sleep. Huh? What's this, a letter?
Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium, for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick.
Goodbye? What time is it? The first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station! To the station!
I should have said it better.
I guess I'm too late.
Hey! Nick!
Maya! So, you're leaving?
Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay?
Shit, who says be good, okay? I forget. That's from something. Anyway. Wait!
What?
I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help.
Huh?
On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice.
You heard my sister?
Yes. Only her voice, but still. It was at the very end, when I thought we'd lost everything.
Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick.
But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya.
Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze.
Sorry, but I have evidence you helped.
Evidence?
Yeah! Yeah!
A bullet?
Von Karma was convinced he had taken all the evidence pertaining to DL6. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me.
Nick.
Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you.
I'll be back soon. I'm gonna complete my training and come back.
Okay. I'll be waiting.
Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless.
I don't know about that.
So, this is it. This is it.
See you soon, Maya.
Yay. Thanks, Nick.
We did it! Bam! So my story ends. Time to turn a new page. and say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now, a new story begins, with the same old crazy cast of characters. Ha! Don't think you graduated yet, amateur.
Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim.
Yes, Your Honor. Uh-oh. I got a bad feeling about this. Yay! We did the final original case.
Hey, pal. Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me a happy new year. Talk about a pleasant surprise. Woo! Detective Gumshoe!
And he hung his head low and went right back out.
Hung his head low and went right back outside. Kinda like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh?
Amazing. Now he thinks that's how you say thank you. Well, it took an hour longer than normal, but...
Nick? Nah, like I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at a cheese shop. That Missy's a nice lady, but not exactly what you'd call a cheap date. Huh? Oh yeah, she's in Hawaii right now.
Missy. He had Beyonce, Missy, and now Missy Elliott. He's got good taste.
Oh, right? Yeah, I remember him. I hear he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful.
Ah, my voice is tired. Doing all them rumbles.
Phoenix Wright, yes. The defense attorney I wrote that affidavit for, yes. So you know, sir, I've taken over the management of the Goodwater Hotel recently. Should you be in the area, please stop by. Yeah. Bertie.
Ah. Nah, stop making me talk.
Here it's you. Phoenix Wright, yes. Mr. Anderson, I understand how you're doing. I'm seeing Mr. Late. The days of my youth. The scent of fresh lemon, you say.
This is the second game I've completed. I beat Metal Wolf Chaos also. I don't think I've beaten any. Oh shit.
Phoenix Wright. Is he an actor? Well, I'm not buying it. He can't be a star with a name like Phoenix. Did you know that we put it in the DVD? You went on the box set on the DVDs. Use it 342. What is that?
I gotta start uploading these VODs too. I have like 8 VODs that I need to upload.
I'm pleased to announce the princess at the head. I sure owe that myth to Wright a great deal. And I'm keeping my faith out of the public eye till the show's over. I wouldn't want to ruin any kid's dreams, you know?
Yeah, half of my voices are doing some kind of gravelly grasp thing. So it's tough for 3 hours.
Oh, I got a letter from Maya today. It sounds like she's kind of cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit, but I didn't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess trading cards. She says she can't buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living at anyway?
And now I'm just doing it because my voice is tired and my voice has moved from like up here where it normally is to down here where I'm tired.
Right, who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess. All right. But, you know, I snuck into the studio the other day. I saw her, the one inside the Pink Princess suit. Ugh, what a dog. It was some kind of shock for a boy of my tender age. Man.
Same old crazy cast of characters.
Yeah, I remember, right? That lawyer guy. Me? I'm in training to become a paranormal photographer.
What picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind him, there's a ghost. For real. That's talent. I'm gonna be famous. You're just keeping going, man. Aren't that? What are there? I was saying, I don't think there are other characters.
Yeah, I was gonna say a ghost. Wonder who that could be. But they just showed us. That's good. I was worried they weren't gonna show us the picture. Cause I was like, oh, they're gonna show. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. I will be, later. I'm done for today. It was a shorter stream, like fully than I've been doing. I've been doing 2 hours of one, 2 hours of another game. But man, my voice is tired. So I will be doing this content at a later date. Probably sometime next week by the time it all shakes out. Yeah, it was 3 hours. But it was worth it. I had a fun time. I am not going to start it because I want to be cold for the... Oh, Jesus. I want to be cold for the next thing. But thank y'all for coming out. Thanks, Adam, for the follow. I will be on tomorrow, normal time. 1 my time, Pacific Standard. I generally go from about 1 to 5. So catch me then. I don't know what I'm going to be playing yet. Probably some more Nocturne. And then something else that day. I have another VN that I also want to start. I have actually a couple, so I have to decide between them. I can't do all this freaking reading all the time. What am I, some kind of machine? But anyways, yeah, I'll see y'all. Thanks for watching.